Okay, so tonight we're going to talk about the end of the month hustle. A lot of us are in it right now, and just kind of how to make the end of the month close up well, make sure we don't leave anything on the table. A little bit of hustle tips if you're close to a goal and you are working really hard to meet it. So kind of the last few, like even the last week of the month is really when a lot of this takes place. I know the final day can be kind of crazy, but the more we can do ahead of time, the less crazy the last day is. So the first thing I always do is do all the oils and all the Ninja and all the nitro. I use so much nitro at the end of the month. And then these are my two favorites right now. Abundance and Excite. I don't know if any of you guys got Excite in December, but it smells so good. Or it was one of the promos when you enrolled people too, so maybe you got it then. So definitely oil up and do all of your energy. And then I just kind of have a checklist I work through, so I'm going to read it and share it and explain a little bit tonight. And then if you have questions at the end, we'll do those. Hi, Hannah. All right. So these are not in any particular order of significance or the way you should do them. It's just how I wrote them down. So one of the first things I do, and this is something I do through the whole month, is to check my ER dates. So I think many of you know this, but if you go to my organization and click on reports and then click on accounts with auto ship, you can look through and even sort it by date. And I just run through and make sure that there's no yellow errors or the blue skip mark. Sometimes people will call in and skip, but I always make sure to touch base with them and just make sure they wanted to in case something got switched around or, confused computer wise. So anything that's missing there, I make sure to text people, because if they don't do their ER, then they're going to go back to 10%, which is super sad. We don't want anybody to have that happen. So check your ER dates. Also checking our money missers. So anybody who, if they had someone who just enrolled and they're in those first 3 months, they need to spend 50 PV. So maybe it's one of your friends that just got their first sign up. You'd want to make sure they spent 50 PV. After those 3 months, or if it's somebody that you moved underneath them, we need to do 100 PV for our paychecks. So typically if someone's building, I just explain 50 or 100 PV, because that way you're just getting every part of your check. You don't have to worry about it. So you can go through and look at those too. There's a couple different ways you can even sort it with your reports or do it on money missers, but if you want to know how to do that, you can just reach out. I won't have to take the time to try to explain it now. So just make sure that nobody's missing their paycheck, because friends don't let friends miss out on money. And then make sure you sent through all your sponsor changes. So if you enrolled somebody and you wanted to move them, whether that's on live chat or on email, make sure all that's done before the month ends, because it has to go in to count for that month. I have one sitting in my email right now that I forgot to do live chat for. So even if you send the email and they don't move right away, as long as you send it within that month, it'll count, even if they don't get around to moving it till later. So never fear. And then make sure to check your account, your inactive people. So the virtual office changed a few months ago, and you can actually click when you first log into your virtual office on that bottom right side. It'll show you all the ones that are about to go inactive. So if they enrolled in July last year, and you can see when you click on their name, it'll say what month their enrollment date was and what month their last order date was. So anyone who had either enrolled or hasn't ordered, or their last order, even if they were before July, wasn't since last July. That was a very confusing sentence, but you get what I'm saying, to reach out to them. And I try to do this at the beginning of the month, just so that I don't call someone the last day of the month and be like, oh, hey, by the way, you have 1 day to order. But sometimes time gets away from us. So just make sure you're reaching out to them. A lot of times when I reach out, I'll give them some ideas of what they could order. If I know they're a teacher, I'll remind them school's coming up. It's always awesome to have an extra diffuser or get some Thieves products going. But you know your people, so how that works, or whatever you think that they would benefit from is good. So after you check ER and your money missers and all your sponsor changes and your inactives, then it's time to kind of comb through and start doing lots of follow-up. So following up with all of your business builders, seeing if they're about to hit a new rank, or if they have someone under them about to hit a new rank, to just cheer them on, celebrate them, maybe share some ideas of, you're only 200 PV away. Here's some ideas of how you could hit that, and just really build that excitement, because that's so fun to rank up. And just help them strategize kind of how to reach it before the day ends. And then personally, so people that you've been sharing with, or maybe they came to a class and they just didn't seal the deal yet. Sometimes people need a reminder. So going back through, look back through your notes from your classes and your sign-in sheets or your Facebook messengers or whatever, and following up with people to remind them about getting their kit. Sometimes they just need a little bit of a reminder, or you could offer an incentive if you wanted to, even if it's just a simple like grapefruit oil or something inexpensive, but something that'll remind them, hey, for all my new members, I'm giving away a bottle of grapefruit by the end of the month. So giving them that time-sensitive reminder, and we're time-sensitive at the end of the month, so it's a good time. Also remind them this month, if you have people that you're following up with, that anyone with 100 PV gets an order to win the new Desert Mist diffuser. So getting a starter kit this month would automatically qualify them to be in for that drawing. So you can send them that graphic. It's in the Rose Society Facebook group. You can just save the graphic and send it out. Speaking of that, this is something specific to this month that I'm doing tomorrow as my end of the month hustle. And you can kind of make it work with whatever's going on in the month. But since we have the diffuser giveaway going on, I'm going through my downline, and it might take me a while, but I'm going to share a picture of it and text every single person who has 0 PV, and just remind them one more time, if they wanted to stock up for the fall, we still have the diffuser giveaway going on for one more day. So that's a great way to generate some PV and also help people get on the giveaway, because that diffuser is, I know I talk about the candlelight setting all the time, but seriously, I love it. Okay, so that's a lot of follow-up with your members that you already have, that you're helping order and kind of tap into that goodness, and then also for your people who haven't signed up yet. So you've got follow-up 2 ways there. And then definitely at the end of the month, before things switch over, get all your new members from the month added to the group. I know that's really exciting, and most of us take care of it right away, but if you've got something that you haven't added in yet, do so, because August is coming. You're going to want them in there and seeing all the fun before it switches over, so they can see the new promos and like they're already ready to go for August. So make sure you get them added in and kind of show them, and tag them in the welcome post or whatever. And then besides that, this isn't specific to like getting your PV and all of your goals for the end of the month, but make sure you have your classes scheduled for August, because it's a lot easier to schedule things ahead of time than trying to make up for them when you already get into the month. Sometimes people get overwhelmed and think, it's already August, I can't handle scheduling, another class, or if they think that that's too soon to do it in the month. So getting ahead of the game with those too. So I have that in list form, and I will post it in the Hustle group after this, but I kind of just spewed a lot of info at you. So do you guys have questions or other ideas that you like to do in your end of the month time, or is something going on this month for you that you're wanting to hustle for and you want ideas for? We've got some time, so just chat and share ideas.
I do have something. So this month, with using the paper for this group, when I made my builders share their goals with me, or asked them to, it really kept me motivated at the end of the month to be able to be checking in with them and celebrating as they reach their goals, even if it was like on week 2 or week 3 and it wasn't the last month. So that was really fun for me to be able to write that check mark next to it on the paper. So I'm going to keep using the sheet, every month, because simply diving in deeper with them made the month just fly by business-wise with me, and setting the actual business hours for myself was really helpful. So being able to, look at my husband and be like, hey, this is the schedule we decided on, so don't forget you owe me, these 2 hours on Sunday, really worked for us. So those were just some great things that helped me this month.
That's awesome. That's really cool. And you had people hitting their goals early. That's fantastic. Tell everyone about your goal that you met, if you want.
I hit 100 members yesterday.
Woo! That's incredible. Super exciting. How's everybody else's end of the month going?
I'm 187 away, and I have just sent a note to 2 people that came to a class Tuesday night, and said, I'm giving a $20 credit if you'd like to join B4 tomorrow night. So
that's a great idea.
Saying those prayers, Hannah. They're working. I was way out.
Yeah, 187. You can totally do that.
Yes.
I'm hoping. I'm hoping.
You got it.
Y'all will hear me cry all the way from Mobile, Alabama if I don't.
We're going to hear you scream all the way from there celebrating because you will.
That's right.
That's awesome. Good idea to do like a cash back.
I was going to mention that with the money missers, I have a couple people where pretty often each month I look and see, and I let them know, I calculate for them, and I let them know, hey, if you order 99 PV or below, you'll get no check. And if you order 100 or above, your check will be around $46 or whatever it is. So I like to give them like a concrete number if I'm able, if it's not too complicated. And a lot of times they'll go ahead and put in that order then when they know the amount. So
That's a great
able
idea.
to do that. That's helpful.
Mm-hmm.
I had somebody last month, and Hannah caught it too. She ordered $99.
Mm,
I texted her twice. She missed her check.
that's such a bummer.
You know, I told her I didn't know what else to do.
Yeah.
Yep. That's all you can do.
$99. I'm like, ooh, I'll give you $1. Okay, this is personal. Hannah, how are you? She can't hear me.
I know. I think she can. There she is.
You're still on mute.
Yeah. I don't know if, I think she's muted. They might be driving.
Yeah, I think they're heading back from her daughter's birthday party.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
There she
Can you
is.
hear me?
Now we can.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. Yes, we're heading back from my daughter's birthday party. I'm doing good. Baby's still cooking. Staying well in there. So
When are they going to quit
Hold on.
cooking?
What'd you say?
I said, when's he going to quit cooking?
Well, I'm pushing the eject button in about a week and a half. So
You're out of here. That's good.
yes. I'm so sorry I missed about the first 5 minutes, Kelsey. But did you get a chance to talk about friends in the downline who are about to rank up?
Mm-hmm.
You did? Okay, perfect.
Yeah, we talked about going through your builders and looking and seeing star, senior star, any of that.
That was going to be my tidbit.
Yeah, for sure. Cool. Well, honestly, if nobody else has any questions, I know it's a smaller crowd tonight and most of you guys are pro hustlers. So I think we can wrap it up, and I'll post the list in the group for just so you can have it if you wanted to go back through it, and we can just keep getting after it because I know we've got goals to crush and people to talk to. So no reason to sit here if we got things to do.
Am I the only one not making my goal just yet? Everybody else has already made theirs?
Oh, no. I'm still going, Pat. You are not alone.
Let me tell, I do want to tell y'all something funny. The other night we were at a party, and one of our members doesn't want anybody under him. He uses the products, but 2 months ago, he spent over $600. He bought all the blends.
Wow.
And he made Star. So I, put out there that he had made Star. And so the other night he said, "Hey, Pat, how do I make silver again? How did I get silver?" And I thought, oh, I wish you were silver. So anyhow, I was like, well, I think it was Star versus silver. But anyways, he was cute.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
Show him a silver paycheck and maybe he'd get there.
He doesn't need it. That's the problem right there.
Well,
But anyways, it was just funny.
Yeah.
I get silver again.
Close.
That's right.
That's fun to order all the blends.
He did. He did.
Cool.
And then he went to $79.50 this month. You just never know what he's going to do. Paying away. He loves paying away.
Keeping you on your toes.
That's right. That's right. But anyways, I'll hush.
I'm glad you could join us tonight, Pat. I like seeing your face.
First time. I'm sorry.
That's
I'm
awesome.
terrible.
Good job. Okay, well, don't be afraid to jump in and comment in the Hustle group if you need some encouragement or ideas. This month is far from over. I always like to think about it that way. One time, a few months ago before this, so last winter, I was working really hard to hit silver again, and I didn't think I was going to. I was like several thousand away. And one day I just decided we were going to go for it, and it happened. So do not
Do it.
count yourself out or underestimate what one day can do. You've got a will, there's a way. So anyway, I'll stop talking for tonight, but jump in if you need anything. And I'll be praying for you guys and cheering you on, and have a great end of your month. And here we come August.
Here we go.
Okay. See you
Stay
guys.
healthy.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.